Hi everyone, this is Joseph from Lightspeed. Dusty valuation is a way of looking quickly at your entire inventory, and it's a way of measuring whether inventory from certain vendors is either serving you well or is possibly dragging you down. It's a quick report to prepare, so let's take a look at building it together. There are a few steps to preparing the Dusty valuation report. First, we'll begin with an inventory report by vendor, such as Dusty by vendor. Second, we're going to pivot on the dimension is dusty, and we'll add a row total. Finally, we add a calculation to determine the dusty share of that total. So to begin, let's run an inventory report, dusty by vendor. So in the sales and inventory reports, we can actually run the dusty inventory report by vendor. This will give us the totals of dusty inventory by vendor in the store. So far, so good. The next step, we'll pivot on is dusty, and we'll add a row total. So to do this, let's go up to the filters of the report, and we'll remove the two dusty filters. One is quantity on hand is greater than 0. Let's remove that. The second is dusty, yes, no. We'll remove that. What we do want to do is with item metrics is pivot on is dusty, yes, no. This will put the dusty evaluation into one column and the not dusty evaluation into the other. Finally, we'll add row totals. Let's run. And there it is. So now we have the raw data to analyze the valuation of dusty inventory by vendor. Finally, we'll add a calculation to determine the valuation of the dusty portion of each vendor's inventory. To do this, what I want to do is divide the dusty or not dusty valuation by the total, which is the row total. So to do this, let's go to our custom fields, and we'll create a new table calculation. We'll start by looking for the cost, and we have the first value of total cost here. Then we'll divide by the row total cost, which we see here. Let's give this a meaningful title, like valuation. And let's make this a percentage number, let's say with 2 decimals. And we'll save. So now we see which portion of each vendor is dusty or not dusty. For example, on line 1, there are $6,000 worth of inventory in stock that is not dusty. There are $0 in stock that are dusty. So this vendor is 100% not dusty. Further down though, on line 4, we see that $562 are not dusty, but $1,400 are considered dusty. So the dusty valuation is 72%. Now, if we sort by the dusty valuation, we'll see now the vendors whose inventory in our store is predominantly dusty. Further down, we'll see the vendors whose inventory in the store is primarily not dusty. So there are a few next steps that you can take to get more value out of the dusty valuation report. You could also run the report by category to determine are your categories functioning well, or is there anything that could be changed. You can also add the sales metrics to this report too, looking at lifetime sales by dusty valuation. Did dusty inventory used to sell well and then stop, or did it never get started? Third, of course, we can choose actions, as in determining which vendor's inventory is more valuable to my store and which vendor's inventory could use some improvements. Finally, we could also compare this by store. Are there certain stores where inventory is performing better than in others? In this case, perhaps the only action required is to do an inventory transfer. So thank you for watching this video, and remember, you can always find more resources here in the Video Help Center and in our analytics section of Community.